Hello everyone. So what we have here is a 2013 Audi S8 that we purchased from Copart. So this is a V8 twin turbo Audi, very quick, lots of horsepower. So basically what happened to this vehicle is it was rear-ended. So as you can see, we've got the rear bumper cover, rear bumper reinforcement, all of that stuff taken apart. For right now, this exhaust is just kind of hanging. But these are the parts that were broken on it. So we've got the rear bumper reinforcement, as you guys can see, nice and bent. So this needs to get replaced. And then this is the upper bumper cover for the rear. So this vehicle has two parts to the rear bumper cover, upper and lower. So this is the lower, as you can see, it's not much left of it. And then this is the upper. We tried to fix this upper, but we got a good deal on those bumper covers over there. So this is just gonna get replaced, which is probably a better call at the end. But yeah, so these are the parts that were broken on the vehicle, and then these are the replacement parts. So we got the upper bumper cover over here, and then the lower bumper cover is right here. Now, this lower bumper cover is actually off of an A8, not an S8. So basically the difference is the exhaust tips. We did just kind of try retrofitting it onto these exhaust tips, I'm sorry. And it seems to fit quite well. But here, I'll just kind of show you here in a little bit. But the exhaust tips do fit into the lower bumper cover. So we'll see how that goes. But the upper bumper cover is the same as the S8. So in case anybody's doing the same build, the uppers are the same. And then right over here, we've got the bumper reinforcement. So these are all used parts. Got a pretty good deal on them. So we're gonna start assembling them onto the vehicle, and we'll see how it goes. Now, as you can see, the reinforcement is quite bent, so we'll have to see, hopefully we don't need to do any pulling on the vehicle. It doesn't seem like we do because all the panel gaps are nice and even. Now, if this was a frame bent or anything like that, these panel gaps would all be out of whack, but you'll follow along with us. So if the rear bumper reinforcement bolts up correctly, we know that the frame is good. All right, stay tuned. All right, welcome back, guys. So as you can see, we've got the rear bumper reinforcement just kind of loosely attached to the vehicle. It's bolting up pretty well. Actually, it's bolting up perfectly. So there shouldn't be, like we suspected, there shouldn't be any frame damage, but we'll find out here in a little bit. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and tighten these bolts up. We'll get these nice and snug for right now. I'll need a longer extension for that, but let's see if we can get this one. All right, so as you guys can see, it's bolted up pretty well. So as we suspected, there's no frame damage. Well, obviously there was frame damage because this is the rear bumper reinforcement is considered part of the frame. So besides that, we don't need a frame machine or anything like that, which is kind of what we were hoping for. And these vehicles are built like tanks. So if these things needed a frame pulling, you would have definitely noticed by now. But all right, so the next step is going to be trying to, well, actually we have to transfer a few things from the other bumper cover onto this one. So here, I'll show you guys. So we got these, I believe these are the rear, I don't know, like the blind spot monitors. So these should be the blind spot monitor modules, or the backup sensor modules, or whatever the heck it is. We're gonna put it onto that bumper cover over there, and then try test fitting it onto the vehicle. It should fit pretty well, but we'll see here in a little bit. All right, guys, so we've got the sensors, all the sensors from this old bumper cover transferred onto the new bumper cover right over here. So we got both of the modules in place, as well as all the rear backup sensors. And then we also went ahead and cleaned up this rear bumper reinforcement, and then, just kind of knocked all the dirt off. Not that anybody's gonna see it, but this kind of gives you a clean working surface. So now, in order to put this rear bumper cover on, these screws or tabs or whatever you want to call them, they're just going to go through these holes that are provided, and then there's just 10mm bolts on the other end that, you know, just kind of hold it in place. So we'll get started with that and catch up in a little bit. Welcome back, everyone. So as you can see, we've got the bumper cover bolted on. I'll kind of show you guys the panel gaps. This thing has bolted on beautifully, like nothing even happened. Obviously, we do have to paint this and do all the fine touches, but the upper bumper cover has bolted on without any issues. So now it's turn for the lower bumper cover. As you can see right here, we do have I think it's like a little module and a few other wires that we have to get transferred over. Not sure what that's for, but we'll get her put on this thing and then we'll start bolting it up. We do have a little bit of wire management that we're gonna do right down here, just so it's not getting burnt by the exhaust and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, so far it's coming along beautifully.